in Sokoto State. Nutrition supplement, UNICEF cries out, that's the United Nations Children's Fund, says the nutrition supplement meant for malnourished children in some communities in Sokoto State are being stolen and sold in the market. UNICEF's Chief of Field Office in charge of Sokoto, KB, and Zamfara State, Mr. Michael Juma, he disclosed this during the quarterly policymakers meeting on Wednesday, which is the 21st of August in Sokoto State. Now, he noted that the nutrition supplements were provided by donors and distributed to healthcare, centers in different communities aimed at enhancing the lives of malnourished children in the state. Now, according to the news, he lamented that some bad elements in the system connived with traders and engaged in selling the supplements to unintended persons. He also stressed that the supplements were openly sold in market while investigation at the designated stores. UNICEF discovered that personnel stocked cartons of supplements with stones and other objects to cover their nefarious act. And yes, of course, it's a very terrible thing, terrible state to ensure that we've gotten to this point, or the situation has deteriorated to this point. It might sound very funny, where people are starting to steal supplements. This is just a show that, or a proof that people will resort to anything that it takes to ensure that they can earn. People will resort to anything that it takes to ensure that they can get money to cater to their needs. Now, this is in no way supporting the nefarious act, like UNICEF will call it, of the people trying to steal these things. The implication of this is the people who actually need it will no longer have access to it, because the people who do not need it have stolen it and taken it to the marketplace to, for sale. It's quite unfortunate to see that we have come to this point. It's unfortunate to see that we have resorted to such a thing just to earn a living. But again, it says a lot of things, and it screams volumes of the state of the people of that state, their living conditions and what have you. There are people who might be living better, but also greed, will make people resort to things like this. But this is a story all the way from Sokoto, and I mean, it was quite unfortunate. If you listen to the interview by the person in charge, the field officer in charge of that Sokoto, KB, and Zamfara State, it wasn't a good one to watch. Now, moving on from there, I did make mention of the fact that the Sokoto monarch that was kidnapped sometime in July was killed. Now, in response to that, the president has said that the savage killing of the Sokoto monarch won't go without a decisive response. This followed a press release that was made public by Ajuri Ngalale, the presidential spokesperson on media and publicity. And it says President Bola Ahmed Tinubu strongly condemns the tragic circumstances leading to the passing of His Royal Highness Alhaji Isa Bawa, the district head of Gatawa district in Sabon Birni local government area of Sokoto State. President Tinubu describes the savage attack on the traditional ruler as deeply disturbing and a heinous act that will not go without a decisive response. The president also extended his profound condolences to the bereaved family of Gobir Emirate and the government of Sokoto State. It's quite unfortunate again, but just so we don't dwell on that story. Moving forward, we see that Chinese investors again have reportedly seized another Nigerian's $57 million private jet in Canada. That is a Chinese firm named Zogshan, the one which we still did report here. The business gone wrong between the Chinese government and the Nigerian government, and them being dragged to several courts, and and all of that. But the firm again has seized another of Nigerian's private jet worth $57 million in Canada. This comes days after the company confiscated the country's guest houses in Liverpool, United Kingdom, in its bid to recover up to $70 million in arbitration awards from the West African country. Now, reports say that the firm recently received a change of custodian paperwork for the Bombardier 6000 type BD7, all of that, details of the aircraft, months after Canadian court issued a judgment that empowered Zogshan to seize the jet from Nigeria. Now, the court granted orders to Zogshan to seize the plane earlier this year, but the change of custody from Nigeria to Zogshan was, only recently concluded. And according to them, they will not stop seizing Nigerians' assets worldwide until the last cent of the arbitration award has been paid. This is what the source told journalists, who went looking for details on that story. Out of sentiment, I might want to say that, this is not something that should be happening. It's not something that should be happening, especially if it's something that can be sorted out amicably. They've gone to this court, that court, that court, and Nigeria has lost in all three courts. And this has given them the mandate to continue to seize these things. But let's ask ourselves this question. Can this happen to people of other governments? Can this happen to other governments? Can this happen to other countries? Can this happen to other people? Or is it just because we let things just go, because we probably also do not know our rights and we do not know how to go about issues like this? I'd love to know what your thoughts are. We have lawyers listening as well. We'd love to know what your thoughts are about this as well. Now, moving on to, one more story before we go on. It is reported that the price of kerosene, amongst other things, has skyrocketed to over 1,750 naira per litre. This was in July by the National Bureau of Statistics, and reported that there's been a hike in the price of kerosene. In July, the report said it showed an increase of 13.81 compared to the 1,555 naira recorded in June 2024. Now, according to this Bureau of Statistics, on a year-on-year basis, the average retail price per litre of the product rose by 40.37%. This is from 1,260 naira in July 2023 to what it is right now, 1,750 per litre. Apparently, this just looks like there's no escape route. Everybody is going to feel the wrath of these constant economic hardship that we are experiencing in the country. This is pretty much everything for the General Urban Banters for today. We'll take your contributions alongside other stories if need be on 09073530044 or 09097054450. Let's get into the stories we have for the General Urban Banters. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Martha. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you, Selassie. Good to have you join us.
Sorry, I was away for 2 days and I tried to listen to you guys on apps, but it couldn't get through.
Yes, we
it's
noticed.
Only on Facebook that I can see you guys.
Yeah, we haven't had you throughout this week. All right, thank you so much.
Martha, you hear the issue of insecurity. That is my concern. And when I talk, some people say, some people choose bad news. This emir, I think last week the video was out when he was pleading for his rescue. And this is 74 years old man. This guy that must have killed this man, maybe they must have killed their grandfather or their father. Now, after paying 16 million with 4 bikes that these criminals, these terrorists demanded, and at the end they still killed this man. When I say insecurity, it's like throwing stone in the market. You never know who it may hit. Some people will see as if we are playing. No one know what will be, who will be next. Look at what we have been going through. Now look at again our aircraft seized in Canada. Yeah. I always told you the former Tanzanian president John Magufuli, when China promised to offer them $10 billion loan, he asked China, what will be the collateral? They said their international airport of Dar es Salaam for 99 years. Do you know that led John Magufuli said to hell with their money? He said he's not going to put his hand. But we have been borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. Please, Mata, can you tell us the collateral of the loan being collected by from the time of Buhari to this time of government? That is why they are seizing our assets. I hope you traveling to the other country or me traveling to another country, see my green passport, they won't say, you two, you have to be kidnapped because you have to be without the collateral. I'm telling you, no one knows the collateral. And that is how they will keep seizing and seizing and seizing. It's only God that will deliver also. We are all into it, as I always say, the politics is over. Now there's no PDP, there's no Christian, there's no Muslim. We are all into it. Even the first crisis, we are all into it together. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, Selassie, for that contribution right there. Well, let's just head out for a bit for a little commercial. When we get back, we'll keep up the story.
Tap in and turn it up all day. This is Beyonce.
Hey, it's Lil Nas X.
Hi, I'm Harry Styles.
This is Banter Boy.
Playing the artists you love.
Eagles 102.3.
Please listen to this announcement. Farex Borehole. We are competent. We are committed. We simplify borehole for your borehole survey, for your borehole drilling, or any of your borehole challenges. Call us on 080 3596 5170. 080 3596 5170. You can visit our office at Goshen Plaza, opposite Jabi Motor Park, Abuja.
Get the desired clients for your business and service and get your phones buzzing. From the 1st of September to the 31st of December, you can advertise and reach a large audience with the Eagles FM Ember Months package. Advertise on any of our platforms and get a whopping 30% discount. That's right, 30% discount. For more information, please call 080 5919 8658 or 081 5791 7278. The Eagles FM 102.3 FM Ember package is a sure way to getting a wider clientele for your business and service.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
I suppose it was inevitable. Eagles 102.3.
All right, welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. You're still tuning to Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Your radio experience you can count on is 33, gone past the hour of 10, and let's get straight into taking your contributions. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, my dear sister Martha. My name is Alami from Central Area.
All right,
Martha, on the death of the Sokoto Emir, let me say this, Martha. This is for my fellow Northern and by the political arrangement of Nigeria from Kogi State. I'm a Northerner. Okay. So I just want to say for the very first time that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from Southern Nigeria will not and cannot bring peace to us in the North. It's President Muhammadu Buhari who was in office for 8 years, and most of his appointments, have majority of our sons and daughters from the North. And they still couldn't bring peace until we, the Northerners, are ready to have peace, until our political leaders, the political class. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done his political responsibility. Presently, the secretary to the federal government is a Northerner, George Akume from Benue. The DG, DXS, is from Kano State, is from the North. The two ministers for defense are from the North. The Speaker of the House of Representatives is from the North. The DGNIA is from the North. The Minister of Agriculture is from the North. The Minister of Police Affairs, yes, the Minister of Police Affairs is from the North. So if you look at all of these, and then you are expecting Bola Ahmed Tinubu from the southern Nigeria to bring peace to our region, it will not work until we all agree. I asked a question. The Amajiris we are seeing on the street 5, 7 years ago, 10 years ago, where are they? We can be calling on radio station and be emotional. The president, the government must do the needful. The government is doing the needful on a daily basis. We, the Northerners, are not doing the needful until we sit ourselves down and sit down in a room and talk to ourselves to identify our problem. We are the reason for the problem. We are the one that can solve it. Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not bring peace to northern Nigeria. It will not stop the banditry until the traditional ruler, the political class, and even all the talakawas in the north tell themselves the truth and are ready to restore peace. Thank you so much, Aye.
All right. Thank you so much, Alamin, for that contribution right there. While I agree that, the president cannot do literally everything, he has a part to play, but you also who are residing in the north, you who also have countlessly become victims of the insecurity or the insurgency in the north, also have a part to play. I absolutely
Good morning, Mata.
Hi, good morning to you. Welcome and thanks for joining us on the show.
God bless you. My name is Triple D from Waru.
Triple D, good to have you on call today.
Amen. Good. Mata, we thank you for always being there for us.
Thank you.
Always educating us, always telling us the direction to sit down and think as a Nigeria. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Mata, the story of this man that was killed in Katsina, it's a sad one. If government can adopt all the technologies to get anybody that speak against government, but they cannot get people that are communicating for the ransom of 60 million and buy and equally kill him, and nobody know where about them. What are we talking? Okay, for another jet that has been seized, we'll get it right. More revelations are coming, and the day of accountability is coming. God bless Nigeria. Good morning.
God bless you too, Triple D. Thank you so much for your contribution. Let's keep it coming through on 090735300 and 44. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mata. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Abubakar. It's good to have you join us.
My name is Abubakar, calling you from.
All right, good morning.
We should not polarize the country into the north and south. We deepen the division. The President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria still remains the Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces.
Yeah.
The box stop at his table. When he takes the right decision, he will not bother.
Hello, Abubakar, are you there?
We should not give excuse of shifting blame or shifting responsibility from Mr. President to some regional stakeholders. That is why we emphasize oneness of Nigeria, unity of Nigeria of purpose. Whether in the north, whether in the south, citizens of Nigeria, wherever they reside, they are Nigerians. Insecurity, poverty, hunger, and economy wars does not discriminate from a citizen of Nigeria from southern part of Nigeria or not. It affects all of us. So we should not create that division. We should not create the image of a regional solution to a regional problem. Thank you. That is my tip.
Thank you so much, Abubakar, for that as well. It's our problem. It's not just the problem of the North. Okay, we hear you. Thank you so much. Again, let's keep it coming through. Let's read this message we have on WhatsApp before we go on to taking more calls. It says, good morning, Martha. Hi, James. How are you doing today? Now, he says that this is James Amsolage, of course. The family of the traditional ruler killed in Sokoto had to pay ransom. Had to pay a ransom of 60 million naira and some motorbikes to secure the release of his body. And his body, wow, his son who was abducted along with him. His dehumanizing video released almost a week ago, but we didn't hear any response from the security agencies or the government. And now that he has been killed, or he was killed, and ransom paid, the government is suddenly talking. The insecurity isn't about who is the president or not. Has the government acknowledged that there is insecurity in the country in the first place? It's annoying when people claim others are being emotional when they make arguments devoid of fact or realities faced by Nigerians. On the Chinese confiscating another aircraft of the government, the interesting thing about this report is that it mentioned the transfer of ownership from Nigeria to them to go ahead with their enforcement of the ruling. But yet, the government's response from Bayo and Nanuga claimed that Chinese lost in all previous arbitration cases. It will interest you to know they have also listed a number of residential properties in the UK for sale on eBay. Right. Hello, good morning to you.
Matter of the matter inside the matter.
That's me. Good morning to you.
This is Bright.
Bright.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good to have you. Talk to me.
You see, the thing is that I don't know whether Nigerians are the problem of Nigerians. Somebody that is telling us that it is not the president or the politicians or the leaders that are responsible for this, all these things happening, taking care of Nigeria. Am I the one that appointed the defense minister or security chief? Look, if you are telling me that Mr. Tinubu is not to be blamed, are you going to tell me that in this radio station now, and you see one of the managers in one of the departments now is not doing his work, you are going to leave him until that section is dilapidated or that section is destroyed? Are you going to tell me? Are you not going to fire it? The only thing is that we take governance as if to say it's an abstract event. But when you take it personal, as Nigeria is their own prime minister, you see that when you find a non-performing public servant, you fire him. The other person coming in we take a clue from him. Okay, look at now. You are telling me that this emir now is dead, Nabi. But how can you tell me that the government can even under 6 days bring out people who are sponsoring protests or who are the leaders of the protests and they arrest them? And you are not telling me that now bandits are using TikTok in Nigeria. You can't even trace them. Or is it not a public, in this public space, that you see that some government officials are snapping pictures with bandits and even hanging their AK-47 on their neck? Are you not telling me that is it not this country that somebody came out and volunteered that he is going to lead the delegation of discussion to the bandits, and up to today we don't know where the bandits is? Are you going to tell me that how are those people ever ready to provide money for this Kaduna train attack that released people? Who are the people that provided the money? Who are the people that collected the money? Where did they collect the money? And how are you going to tell me that if Nigeria is a serious country, are you not going to tell me that the people that signed all these agreements that China is using to disgrace us, are they not going to jail them and seize their properties which they dubiously collected from Nigerians? And where is the money being invested? If Nigeria is a serious country, they would have collected the whole money from them and even keeping them in one cooler now, so that they will make us, they will review more where
all
the money.
Right, thank you so much. Thank you for that contribution. Yes, let's move on from there. Yes, sadly, we don't have so much time. I will be wrapping up the program in just a couple of minutes. Now, this one says it's not our problem. It's a northern problem, and only the north can solve it. Calling for our political, religious, and traditional leaders to come together and end insecurity in northern Nigeria. We Northerners have allowed people to gaslight us into believing that Nigerian president bring peace to the North. He cannot. Only the North will bring peace to the North. We created the problem through the Almajiris, poverty and religious fanaticism, and we must come back and solve it. Tinubu didn't create it. This is Alaming from Central Area. But again, one of the callers did say that he is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which means that it is his responsibility to oversee everything that happens in both the north, south, east, and western region, literally all parts of the country. So it might not be out of place to call on the president, but I do agree that it is time for the north to also sit up and ensure that the recurrence of these things, it stopped. It happens a lot in the north, and I mean, it's high time it stopped. It happens in other parts of the country. It happens in other parts of the world. But I think, it's time we take the bull by the horn as well. Now, this one says, these are the kind of narratives that keep stoking ethnic and tribal tensions. How can any sane person refer to the insecurity as a regional issue? Last week, a number of attacks were recorded in Ondo and Kwara. Is Ondo also the north? Exactly. Happens in every part of the world. This one says, good morning, my one and only beautiful sister Martha. I'm listening from Nasarawa State. This is Hundu, I guess. Later, former President Yaradua, Umar Musa Yaradua, demonstrated that you could be from the north but bring peace in the Niger Delta region. Concerning insecurity, I score President Tinubu's government 2/10 on the retirement of the outgoing CJN. He failed completely under his watch. Akpabio and others who didn't contest for Senate got tickets through the judiciary. Of course, Tekimbi Hundu on that one. Hundu, don't you think it's too early to be scoring the president 2/10? I mean, we just started, right? I mean, there's still a long time to go, maybe 2 years more to go, and then we can decide what it is about security in this government. But again, it's a thing of concern, and we constantly bring this here and deliberate on this so that the necessary bodies can do whatever it is that they can to ensure that this does not continue. The issue of insecurity is gradually becoming a norm. We literally are living with it as though it is something that is normal and should be happening. But again, it is devastating. Imagine having a family member who is kidnapped and you have to still pay ransom to release the body of your loved one. It is really traumatizing, and nobody should go through anything of the sort. Nobody should be put through that kind of situation. Wherever you're from, whatever your religious or ethnic relationship is, you shouldn't be allowed to go through that. And this is why, I mean, there's a constant call from the government, to the quarters of the government and the people at the helm of affairs to do something so that this does not completely swallow all of us in the country. Thank you so much again for being part of the General Open Banters. We have some obligations to keep up with, and when we get back, the next hour will be with the Feminism Lab. Keep it locked in here. We'll be right back.
Do you want to know about cars? Everything about cars, from purchase to maintenance, and even road use. Don't go